Today I'm going to be reviewing the Holman Rainbow Study Bible, and this is the NIV edition. So this one's a couple years old. They do have CSB out. That's a little more recent release. I really like this cover though. To be honest, it's kind of why I picked this one. I saw it in a bookstore and decided to pick it up because of the cover. But I do like the inside too. So, let's just go through this a little here. This is an imitation leather black cover. It has Holman Rainbow Study Bible and Holman NIV on the spine. And then this is kind of like circles that are like indented into the cover. There's probably a more technical term, but that's what it feels like. I like too that the perimeter stitching is rainbow. So that was kind of fun. You have a paste down liner. Now these pages may stick because I did just get this and I was trying to page through it, but I didn't get through everything yet, so you may have a little bit of sticky pages here. So we're going to have a note to the reader here in the beginning, and if I can pick the pages apart, we're going to have a table of contents. We're going to have words of explanation, kind of talking about the color coding system and why get this Bible and what's significant about it. Have books of the Bible in biblical and alphabetical order. This is a table of contents of all the different in-text maps and illustrations that we have, and as well as the maps that are in the back of the Bible. So this is the main draw of this Rainbow Study Bible, is that the entire Bible, all of the biblical text to scripture, is highlighted in different colors using this color code. So if you're someone that likes to highlight and you end up highlighting every word, this might be a good option for you, because it already has it all done for you. So we have, shift this over slightly, we have God, discipleship, love, faith, sin, evil, salvation, family, outreach, commandments, history, and prophecy. So those are the different categories of the color code. And then it kind of breaks them down by subject and gives you some examples as well. We have God's plan for salvation. And then we're going to get into Genesis. So we have book introductions, we have the author, the date written, time span, title, background, where it was written, to whom, content, keywords, themes, and outline. And then you can see, as we get into the scripture, how everything is highlighted. We have center column references. Here we have an in-text map. And then we have some explanation of key places in Genesis. It's just really cool. It's really different. And what I really like about it too is it has the color code along the bottom on every single page. So I know that the older editions of the Rainbow Study Bible didn't have that, but the newer editions do have that color code on every page. And I mean, after a while of reading it, I'm sure you would memorize it, but it's just nice if you're just skipping around, and then you don't have to go back to the beginning of the Bible every time. Like, oh wait, what does yellow stand for again? Or what does blue stand for? I know the other older editions had a bookmark that came with it, but then you lose that and everything else. So it's kind of nice to just have it in front of you. Another in-text map here. I like bright colors. I just think it's kind of cool to have it all highlighted. It's not a study Bible per se, but you can kind of dig a little deeper by knowing, you know, what the different categories are for each book and what topics you're reading about. just by looking at the highlighting and the color. This is also a sewn binding. We have silver, it's hard to pick up on the camera, but there's silver gilding on the pages. And there is, I believe, the words of God, Jesus and God, so the Old Testament as well as the New, are underlined. So instead of having red letter text for the words of Christ, you have them underlined. And I think it's cool that in the Old Testament, they underlined the words of God as well. So you don't see that a lot in other Bibles. So that's kind of a nice touch. Okay, and then we get to the end of the Bible here. We're going to see some supplemental study aids, if I can talk. So we're going to have a table of weights and measures. We're going to have ancient versions of biblical text, know what God says, 100 popular Bible passages, 365 popular Bible quotations for memorization and meditation, a one-year daily Bible reading calendar, a personal daily Bible reading calendar, a harmony of the Gospels, a concordance, and personal study notes. So like I said, this isn't a typical study Bible, but there is a lot of helps and study resources within it. So that's the table, weights, and measures. Here's the ancient versions of biblical text. So it's Greek, Aramaic, Latin, Coptic, just different versions of the text, and the years are over here. Know what God says. So these are just some questions like, who is God? How do I get to heaven? Why is my marriage important? When should I tell others? So over here then are scripture passages to go with it. We have 100 popular Bible passages, 50 Old and 50 New Testament. Oh my, me and my page turning abilities when they stick together. If you want to know about my page unsticking fun, watch my video on the CSB Study Bible. That was my favorite one to unstick. Worth it, but a lot of work. These are popular Bible quotations for memorization and meditation. So that's kind of neat. There's 365, so there's one for each day of the year. So if you want to memorize some scripture, you can have one per day for a whole year. We have a Bible reading calendar. Keep skipping pages. Sorry about that. This is a harmony of the gospel. Let's see. And then we have a concordance. And after that, we have some lined paper for personal study notes. And then you're going to have your maps at the end of the Bible. So this Bible is really unique. I really like the color coding system and just something different. It's a different way to study it, a different way to think about what you're reading. It just brings in a fresh perspective to have those different color code keys to look at as you're reading. So this is the Rainbow Study Bible from Holman, and as I said before, this is NIV, but they have newer editions that are out in CSB, the Christian Standard Bible, as well.